Now let's talk a little bit about gap plays. Gap plays are a great complement to zone type plays. And the gap play that I'm going to talk about would be a power type play where we have a double team between a guard and a tackle back to a designated linebacker. Some plays he would go to this linebacker, some plays he would go to the backside linebacker, all right? And we might have a guard pulling like a power play. We might not have a guard pulling like a play that a lot of people in the NFL are running right now. Doesn't matter. We're talking about the double team. All right, the techniques that we'll talk about can be used all across the line of scrimmage. Play side guard center, play side guard tackle, play side tackle tight end. All right, here's one of the problems that we've always had on double team blocks. And guys, Dash, come on over here and be a 3 technique. All right, Chris, be a right guard, and Sam, be a right tackle. Right here, Chris, right here. Excuse me, right here, Dash, right here, 3 technique. This is right guard, this is right tackle. One of the problems we've always had on double team blocks, all right, is on deuce type of blocks, on power plays, gap plays, is that this guy comes in and he sets him up, he blocks him here, and now this guy comes in and his right foot, did you see what Sam did right here? His right foot went forward, and now Sam's working this way, and Chris is working this way, and we're not double teaming anybody. We're squeezing against each other. The ideal double team should look like this. Everybody turn around. Everybody turn around and face the other way. The ideal, flop it over, the ideal double team, if you're going to be running the power play, the ideal double team is to get butt to butt. All right? Now, here's an important point. The term high leg. When we have a double team and we have 2 adjacent linemen working together, we want to have high legs, adjacent high legs. So in other words, Sam is you stay right where you are, Sam. Sam is the right tackle. Notice that his left leg is high. Chris is the right guard. He is adjacent to Sam, so his right leg should be high. What's the importance of that? All right, number one, it means that we're not going to get split. We are strong on together. If he drops his right leg, drop your right leg, or Sam drops his right leg, now we get soft-shouldered and we're liable to be split. So we want to stay high-legged. We come back to a high leg. And as we drive this guy, we want to advance the stagger. So as they're coming, he's advancing, he's advancing, he's advancing, he's advancing. Now, bring it back, guys. How do we get to this squared position? It's really a hard thing to do if you try to take one step down and then try to come up and get square. And this is a technique that I learned about 12 years ago simultaneously from Jim McNally and a player that I had named Ryan Tucker from Cleveland. Jimmy was doing it in the Giants, and Ryan had been doing it at the team he came from. He had just discovered it. And we call it the gallop technique. And it's a way that we can get square with this guy. All right, now first of all, let's cover the covered guy. Jim went over that, so I won't go over it. But we just have the step right here. All right, I'm the right guard. All I do is I go boom, boom, hit and lift. All right, come on back in here, Chris. Now, how do we get this guy in here square? We do the gallop technique. And what the gallop technique is this. If I'm the right tackle, I go here. But instead of going here like has always been the problem, we now go gallop, lateral rather, and here, and then up. All right? Now we've closed the gap, we've got butt to butt, and we're able to keep the legs high together. All right? Chris, Sam, you have not done this hardly. You've done it a little bit. All right? So let's go a gallop and let's go a deuce block. All right? All you're going to do right here, Chris, is you're going to hit and set him up. You're not trying to drive him out. All right? We don't want this guy firing out and driving him out, because if this guy slanted away like a fire zone or something, we'd want Chris to be able to recover and get to the backside. All right? So you use the technique that Jim showed you earlier. where you're just going to go boom, boom, you hit and lift. All right, you jump on in here a little bit. You're not going to drive him, just hit and lift. And now you're going to come in and hit him in the ribs, okay? All right, and what you're going to do right here is you're just kind of going to get right down right here, Dash, all right? Just down right here, okay. Here we go, first sound, first sound. Hut! There's the gallop, look at the gallop. That's perfect, that's very, very good. Dash, come to right tackle. Dash is an 8th grader who has never, ever done this. In an FBU camp, though, he will. We're teaching all the kids in FBU this technique because it is the technique that people are going to now. All right, here we go. You understand it, Dash? Take your time. Take your time. All right, here we go. Just step at one time on your own. Just step at one time on your own. Go. Go. Boom, boom, and now up. The first step ought to be just a little more lateral, Dash. All right, because I don't want you getting upfield so far that you hit him on the edge. When you come up here, I want you to be butt to butt and right here. So your first step is lateral, okay? First time that he has ever done it, an 8th grader, all right? I find that in these camps, these guys learn this technique better than NFL guys do, right? All right, here we go. First sound. Hut! Not bad, not bad. That's not bad. Now, just remember the things Coach McNally taught you earlier. It's all here. It's all here, okay? No long strides. All right, let's flop it over. Chris, you come on in and do this. You're the right guard. You're the right guard, Dash. You're the right guard. You come over here. You're the 3 technique. All right, here we go. First sound. First sound. First sound. First time that Chris has ever done this. First sound. Hut! All right, good. That's perfect, Chris. What you would do right here, Dash, is that you would step away. You would saddle step away from him. Boom, and up with this one right here, okay? One more time, Dash. One more time, one more time. That was perfect, Chris, perfect. Watch how he finishes, just like he did on the zone plays. First sound, hut. There it is, there it is. Hey, that's perfect, that's perfect. Dash, just keep that right leg being the high leg, but that's a good job. Now, one other thing we have on these double team blocks, which may be a little bit unique, is this. I'm going to switch now, and I'm going to say Dash is a center. And I'm going to say Chris is a right guard. And let me just stand in here and be the nose guard for a minute. All right, let's say that we're running a lead play, and you guys are double teaming Dash back to the backside linebacker. Your technique is going to be exactly the same. Short settle, get that second step up in here, hit me and lift me, and you're going to gallop in a lateral gallop and up. Okay, same technique. Now, all of a sudden, this guy here is not a shade anymore. He now becomes what we call a 0 technique. He's head up. So if Chris comes down on a lateral gallop, there's nothing to hit. All right? You're working up to that backer, there's nothing to hit. All right? So what we do here is we change this to a diagonal gallop. And his technique changes. What Dash is going to do here, I'm going to turn my back to the camera just for a second. Dash is now not going to set away from him like he did when he was on the shade. He's now going to just set in place. He's going to snap, widen his base, and just do this. Here's what my right guard is going to do. He's going to come not laterally, but diagonally. Come on in here, Sam. He's going to come diagonally, and he is going to, and this guy, you're 0 technique him. He's just sitting there. He's been base blocked by the center. You don't know for sure where to go because he's just basing you. And you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, you're going to come with a diagonal step, another one, and you're going to take your shoulders and flipper and hit him in the ribs, and you won't have to even lean that far, and then you're up on the backer, okay? This is a different kind of deuce block here, guys. All right, Dash, you good on what you're doing here now? You're just going to snap, widen your base, get into him, do the things Coach McNally was showing you, okay? And Sam's not going to know what to do because he's a 0. He's reading you, and you're doing nothing. All right, here we go. First sound. First sound. Hut! Widen the base. Bang! Right in the ribs and go. Okay, and you'll keep the high left leg. All righty? All right, those are 2 kind of deuce blocks. They can be used all along the line of scrimmage.